There will be no hats. Recording devices, I assume, have been confiscated. The camera can be set. It's not to be moved, not to touch it during the course of these proceedings.
For the best liberty-oriented talk 24/7, visit LRN.FM.
So we were talking about the sort of the narrative that was from today's episode and what occurred earlier about Ian ending up in a jail cell for 90 days.
And that's a long time.
Well, get up to New Hampshire. Regardless of what kind of activism is exciting to you, you'll be able to move forward with whatever things you've never been able to do wherever you live because you just don't have the number of people.
It's not short.
Even if you don't have a family and you're single like Ian, that's a long time. And Ian's an activist, and he prepares for this mentally and in many ways. And regardless of whether one believes in the hill he chose to die on here, I, for one, respect him and honor him for standing up for his principles and being willing to challenge all these stupid laws and rules we have around us that we accept willingly sometimes because we don't want to make any waves.
I'm sorry for the disruption, ladies and gentlemen.
So he decided he wanted to move up to the Superior Court where he would have a jury judge it rather than the judge judge it. Now, this is a 91A filing or something where you file to move above this court. But in the process, you get found guilty and sentenced.
Yeah, and so he was sentenced to 60 days in a cage, and 300 of those were suspended for 2 years and a $500 fine. And so, like I said earlier in the show, Judge Arnold bumped that up. This is also what the prosecutor that was bashing Ian all day. He said, we'll just go with what the district court found him to be. Well, no, Arnold wanted to bump it up some more, wanted to kind of twist the knife.
Well, Ian was bugging, basically, messing with Arnold all day.
Including the man acting as prosecutor here, John Webb, and the man sitting up above everyone else, John Arnold.
Saying, calling him John Arnold instead of Judge, and all this stuff during the court case. So,
and very early on, he wanted to make the point very clear that the prosecutor and the judge and the law enforcement, they all work for the same team, so he couldn't get a fair trial. And it's totally true. They're there to enforce.
Well, the judge admitted that he worked for the state, and the prosecutor calls himself the state. Right. So if the judge represents the state and the prosecutor is the state, then you're screwed.
Right.
And this is what these people said. I was there in the court. You can call in and call me a liar if you want, but I heard this with my own ears. Now, I know what we're told on TV is that this guy in the the black robe, he is he's unbiased. Why would he be unbiased?
Yeah. The white robes are the Klan. The black robes are the judiciary.
Got it. Sorry, my mistake. It's frustrating that the judge would say, I represent the state. And then the state is the guy who's trying to put Ian in jail, and no one cares.
Well, let's talk about the state for a little while because, we saw the judge, the personification of the state and the prosecutor, but they were really flexing their muscle.
There will be no hats. If people come in and put their hats on, they will be removed without any discussion. T-shirts, we've discussed, and the T-shirt rule applies equally to you as well as to people who may choose to attend the trial, and if they have any political slogans or messages on them, they will be not admitted into the courtroom. Recording devices, I assume, have been confiscated or held at the lobby. With respect to the cameraman, as the bailiff has told you, Mr. Donnelly, the camera can be set. It's not to be moved, not to touch it during the course of these proceedings. I appreciate you take exception to that, but that is how this will be conducted.
He's going to need access to
Mr. Freeman, I don't expect you to interrupt. You can, at the appropriate time, you can raise what issues or questions you intend to.
Mr. Terrell, you need to take a seat. I'm not going to tell you
that you now intend to call a witness.
You had a packed courtroom. They didn't allow many seats, but every seat was taken, and then more were in the lobby. But they forced people to stand up. And if you weren't going to stand for the judge, then you were going to be exited, or you're going to be escorted out of the courtroom.
We'll take a brief recess, at which point we will come back to the jury. It is my expectation that those of you in the audience and the public, as well as you, Mr. Bernard, will stand for the judge.
Do you think you're going to win people's respect by making them stand?
Well, and they're making this, they're making it so that the airing of peaceful grievances is impossible. They don't want to hear people peacefully airing grievances anymore. The legislature used to, in the United States of America, used to redress grievances. Mm-hmm. The activists at the time, the abolitionists, just inundated them with grievances about slavery. At some point, the legislators are like, we're not getting any work done. All we're doing is listening to the grievances of these people whom we've redressed this in the past. And we're not going to redress grievances anymore. What happened after that? The shooting started. And I'm not recommending this. This is not what I'm saying. But I'm telling you that when you make it so that people can't peacefully air their grievances against your system, that you're going to make it so they're not going to do it peacefully.
LRN.FM, 24 hours of Liberty Radio every day. Now available on satellite too, at sat.lrn.fm. That's what a satellite sounds like. Put it on your unlicensed station. Wear it in your hair. But above all, don't despair. The Liberty message is getting out. And right now, you're missing it. Or maybe you're not. But skip on over to LRN.FM. Feds don't want you to hear them.